So as you walk in, yeah, looks a little bit different. As you can see, I put a stud wall in where this doorway into that office room was. So yeah, that's now blocked off because I am using what was my temporary kitchen. That doorway is now going to be the main doorway into what I can only describe as being a massive living room. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is, I'd say, easily 30 square meters. With 3 meter high ceilings. Oh yeah, put a glulam beam in, cost 300 quid. It's going down onto a foundation below there. Up here it's sat on a steel and then notched into the party wall. Why did I need this? Well, obviously there was a stud wall here separating the two rooms and I wanted to open it all up. If you're taking down a wall and it's a load bearing wall, which this was, you obviously need to support it. So that's what the glulam beam does. If you don't know what glulam means, it basically is lots of little bits of wood glued together. What haven't I shown you? Because it's been ages. I had to prioritize the house over filming YouTube videos. I've tried to upload little bits here and there on Instagram. If you're not, go follow me on that at Havesomevision. There's a few updates on there, but yeah, it's that was an immense amount to do, and to stop, film, edit, sleeping 4 hours a night, it's just not good for me. So yeah, I had to prioritize just getting the house done. So yeah, I've taken, since the last update, probably about 2 weeks of annual leave from my day job. And then again, every evening, weekend, all spent doing this. Taken off all the loose plaster. All of this is lath, which goes on here. Got to get all of these nails out so the plasterboard can then be put onto it. Where all the crap plaster was, which was basically on every single wall, annoyingly. I had to take it off. I thought I'd get away with skimming it. If you don't know what skimming it is, that is basically just the layer of plaster. So obviously you've got plasterboard behind, then you've got plaster, and then re-skimming walls, which, here's an example of just skimming. It's like this wall, the plaster's good, so we can just skim over it, which is gonna make it look brand new. Whereas you see here, we're gonna need to plasterboard all of this and then get it all plastered. Now, obviously that's just normal plasterboarding because it's being fixed into batten or just the normal stud walls. Whereas over here, it's just brick. So what we're gonna do here is just dot and dab the whole thing. If you don't know what that means, it's basically massive dollops of plaster behind the plasterboard. If you're wondering, Chris, did you take out a nice fireplace here? No, I didn't. Annoyingly, when this house got renovated 60 years ago, they took out everything from every fireplace except for that one. So that one I'm keeping. This one's getting filled in. And you might be wondering about the sort of layout. Well, now that I've opened it all up, my thinking behind the layout of the room at the moment is TV up there. Obviously, this is a really nice fireplace, and then it's got the original cast iron bit behind. This is all the glass to go in the bifold doors, which I'll show you in a minute. TV up there, shelving with LED lights under the shelving over there. Thinking of doing the same over here. Again, shelving, LEDs. And then this is sort of like the TV area. So I want to have a massive sofa there, another sofa over there. Oh, you might be wondering what this is. This is the lift to obviously lift that, which weighs like 100 kilograms. I might not have mentioned, but that's only 300 quid. So to, yeah, create this effect, you've got to obviously get rid of all the lava and plaster and wood that you take down. Pretty much you're looking at to open up 2 living rooms. At this stage alone, yeah, like a good few hundred quid. Let's just say £400. And over here is going to be one of those like posh sitting areas type thing. So like sofa, coffee table. Seems a bit weird, but I do think it's going to be sick. I've seen photos of what a room like this can look like. Taking up all the carpet. That's the bare staircase. Not 100% sure on what I want that to look like at this moment in time. I'm thinking carpet. It's just going to be simple and easy to do. And then wood flooring here. Then that wood floor. Oh yeah, the original entrance down into the basement was here, the doorway. So I've taken all of that out and then I've put a stud wall up so this can all get plasterboarded. If you don't know about stud walls, these are plates that go at the top, plate that goes at the bottom. These are the studs. And these are noggins. Oh yeah, I haven't really shown you. Concrete got delivered. So it's all gonna be flush, so I can now walk around and then the stairs are gonna go down into the basement like this. I think that makes this whole area here a lot more clean and yeah, it's just gonna look a lot nicer. Might have forgotten to say, the whole ceiling is just getting overboarded, which is just plasterboard on top of the existing lava and plaster. It's the most efficient, easiest way of doing it. And it also has some acoustic value. Where did that word just come from? I don't know. But yeah, soundproofing, because obviously you've got a double layer of plasterboard and whatnot. Now out here, what's this? This is going to be the downstairs toilet, which is just bloody massive, to be honest. I mean, we've got 2.6 metre high ceilings in the kitchen. And this is happily 2 metres deep. Toilet around here, sink there. And yeah, it's just a downstairs toilet. The reason we've created this little area here was kind of just to keep it all separate, because if you've got a toilet right next to a kitchen, you want it kind of away from it all. And then here we're going to have a door. Why are you putting a door? Why can't you just keep it all clean running into the kitchen? Well, food smells. It's from a design point of view, I think it's a lot nicer when you have it all open. But yeah, food smells then go up the entire way up into the house. And yeah, just put a door on it. So yeah, what's going on out here? Bifold doors have arrived. Bloody massive, and we saved a fortune on these, which I'll get into in a future video. But yeah, not much has changed now. I've done the stud walls here, which obviously the fridge and the larder and the cupboards are all going to get fixed too. That's going to get dot and dabbed. Leveled out the ceiling, which is horrible. Hated doing that, but it's done now, which is good. This is my kitchen setup at the moment. It's awful. I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Need to saw all of that. Then I need to dig a soak away and put soak away crates in it, which is going to create even more soil, which I'm not looking forward to. But we're flying. End of June is when I'm trying to get this house finished for, which is not that possible. But if I create an insane sense of urgency, I'll be able to get it finished pretty close to that. Yes, this is my temporary pipework setup going from the existing boiler. Don't worry, all of that's getting moved down into the basement. And yeah, it's running all the hot and cold up into the lofts, which I don't think I've shown you, but that is all up there, which has been a ton of progress. But I think I've forgotten. I haven't really shown you anything in this room. So this was that tool room. It was horrible. It still is horrible. However, now got a new floor down, and I've started doing the stud wall for this bedroom's ensuite. So this is ensuite number 3. It's going to be copying the same layout as my ensuite in the room above this. What's particularly interesting to know about this, well, toilet's going to be going over there, a sink, mirror set up there, and then a shower with, again, recess with an LED strip. So yeah, that's all of this really. If you're wondering why there's green sheeting, stop the dust going up into the nice bit of the house, because obviously this created an immense amount of dust. This is all lava and plaster, and with 3 metre high ceilings, that's a lot of plaster, a lot of dust. Annoyingly, there were no nice fireplaces left. So I think what I'm gonna do is just create a little stud wall like I did downstairs, and then I can plasterboard over it. Bit annoying. I could reinstate them, but to be honest, with the sort of look that I'm going to be going for with these bedrooms, it doesn't really fit, so I'm just going to plasterboard over it. So yeah, a little bit annoyed that they took all of the nice fireplaces out. This was that weird little storage room, and it hasn't changed much, except obviously all the pipes from the ensuite above are running here. So I'm gonna be dropping the ceiling a little bit. With ceiling heights like this, it's completely fine to do because you're not even gonna notice it. And then I've built this stud wall here, which is then gonna act as the shower area of the family bathroom. So if you think about it like this, you're gonna walk in, toilet here, sink there, bath over there, and then a shower with, again, recessed shelf within an LED strip, which, yeah, I think will look sick. A waterfall shower head coming down from like 3 meters. To be honest, the water's probably gonna knock you out, so maybe I might need to think about that. And then you've got this massive double bedroom here. Again, no nice fireplace. So I'm just gonna build a little stud wall, and then that can get plasterboarded over. You might be wondering why this room looks like that and this one doesn't. This has actually been plasterboarded and replastered recently, maybe 30 years ago, whereas this hadn't changed in like 100 years. So yeah, this is just gonna get skimmed over. This one is all gonna be dot and dabbed, plasterboarded and then plastered. I'll go and show you upstairs quickly, because yeah, there's been quite a bit of progress up here. Got lights, which is nice. I'm just trying to think what the last thing I would have shown you. To be honest, I don't think I filmed anything really for ages. So yeah, it's all been painted. So once it got plastered, you then sand all the walls down. At least that's what I do anyway. Get the machine, it saves your arms, and it only costs like 80 quid. So yeah, get one of them, then do a mist coat, and then do, what do we do? 2 coats of paint. All of this still needs to be finished. This is just the colour that you get it in when you buy the architrave. Then obviously all the door linings need finishing, and then the door needs painting. There's still a fair bit to do in here. Like obviously I haven't got carpets down because considering the rest of the house looks like it does, I didn't think it would be the smartest thing to do, putting really nice carpet down. So obviously I've tiled it, really happy with how it's turned out. Gone for matte tiles on the floor, gloss on the wall. I was kind of tiling this from like 9 o'clock in the evening until finishing at like 11 o'clock in the evening. Didn't film really any of this. I did a little bit for my Instagram. But right now I can kind of tell you the gist of it, right? So I think I would have shown you the tile backer board that's going on behind this. Then it's just tile adhesive scraped on. Then you get the leveling systems. But before all of that, you've got to set out. This is where lasers come in. If you don't have one or use one, you really, really need to get one, because I don't know how I would work anymore without one. They're amazing. As you can see, look at the level. It follows the whole way around the room. And that is all because I used a laser level. Now, personally, when I'm tiling, as you can see, I haven't done really like a brick pattern. I've just done it all like that. And tiling is where you can save a fortune. I think it works out at the moment about 60 quid. And this is if you're building houses, by the way, for this price. It's like 60 quid a square metre to get proper tilers in. If you're in London, I mean, my next door neighbour for an ensuite smaller than this was getting quotes for like 14 grand. I'm not even joking, it's ridiculous in London. Porcelanosa tiles, get a trade account. Anyone can get one. And I got 58% off all the tiles. And if you don't know, Porcelanosa are insanely expensive tiles, but with 60% off, it becomes cheap. Now, why are they so expensive and why they're used in all like Chelsea, Knightsbridge apartments, the ridiculous houses that you see all over Instagram? Why do all those developers use Porcelanosa? It's because it's porcelain, but it kind of does look like marble. And a way they do that is not only is the quality amazing, so it's really nice to work with, like when you're breaking the tiles, and as actually tiling is one of the only trades that I actually enjoy doing. Really nice to work with like really nice materials, but also just from a look perspective, there's a big difference in these porcelain tiles to the cheaper ones you buy, and that is repeat patterns. So obviously when these are all basically, let's just call it being printed, they are using a massive sort of like template of marble, and it means that, well, try and find a repeated pattern in this, as in, can you see the same tile next to each other? I can't actually see one. So that sort of proves my point. It doesn't have repeat patterns, and also the grain is quite dull, and often on the floors you'll go for a matte finish in comparison to on the walls where you'll use a gloss, because obviously matte finish is a lot less slippery than gloss. Toilet's a toilet, sink's a sink, tap, all fairly standard stuff. And I've gone for this sort of like composite-y, tendy marble that's then made out of real stone to kind of be the countertop to it, which doesn't obviously match the tiles on the wall, but on a glance, without looking at it too closely, it does kind of fit in. Obviously, if that was a completely different colour marble, it wouldn't make sense. What else? Oh yeah, the LED strip in there looks really nice, really happy with how that's turned out. Obviously you've got the shower head up there, got one of these as well, all of that going on. And I've got a switch here, so you can turn off the spotlights, leave this just glowing, which to be honest, I usually just have that on. And then here, got underfloor heating. An ensuite like this, if you were getting other people to do it for you, I hate to think, especially in London, what people would charge you. Whereas I've done everything myself, and yeah, it's cost a fraction of the cost. And I think personally, let me know in the comments, but I think it looks sick. I'm really happy with it. It's still not 100% finished. I've got to go around, fix a couple of bits. When I was painting, I left masking tape on up here, which then the heat melted the masking tape, and now I've just got the sticky stuff left. So obviously I need to go buy some sticky stuff remover and a razor blade, and that will sort that out. Now, I'll go up into my brother and his girlfriend's room, which I forgot. My brother's girlfriend's using this as like a home office at the moment. So there's like paperwork everywhere. So I'll try and show you what I can without showing any of that stuff. So yeah, obviously bed, those massive 1.2 meter velexes, which aren't velexes, they just come from the same factory. And then here, ta-da, boom. Right, let me turn that light off and just show you the LED strip, which I'm just so happy with how this room has turned out. Still, obviously, not 100% finished, but we're like 98% there. £2,000 bath on offer, ended up costing 500 quid. Got that from Victorian Plumbing. I believe always keep an eye out for sales, because yeah, I would never spend £2,000 on a bath, but for 500 quid, not that bad. Sick tat, as you can see, it's just freestanding, which I think they look really nice. And then this is that LED strip that I've always gone on about, just at the back there, which at night time, like right now you can barely see the glow, but trust me, at night time you only have that light on and the recess light on, and the whole room just kind of glows. And it looks quite white at the moment, but at night time it's more of like a yellow. So you sink, need the infill panel to go at the bottom there. Tiling this alone, I mean, cutting these was not particularly fun. To be completely honest with you, this house is slowly breaking me, but on the plus side, it looks nice now. I'm out of all the rubbish downstairs. The light is at the end of the tunnel. I'm aiming for June. I'm gonna be happy with July. But yeah, I'm going to keep pushing to get it done for June. But it's just an immense amount of work. I mean, if you've been following me on Instagram and you watch my stories and posts and whatever, you can kind of see it getting to this stage. And then this is the Juliet Balcony, which, yeah, I still can't really believe the view, to be honest. I mean, you've got the London Eye just there. You've then got the Gherkin, Sky Garden, Battersea, the Shard. It's just insane. That literally was my background on my laptop back in 2016, and I had an RS6 parked in front of it. Mad. Mad. Don't give up on your dreams, people. You're going to feel like you're not achieving them and you're getting nowhere. And you'll have that feeling for probably another 4 years. And then one day, everything will start to make sense. And then everyone will just call you lucky. But you will know all the work that you've had to put in to get to that point. So yeah, whatever you're going through right now, just keep going, keep chipping away at it. And like I said, things do not happen overnight. It's years, like seriously years to get to that point. Mad. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.